What's up, Blade and Soul friends? Welcome to my video, and today we're going to be discussing the Shattered Empire update, which comes out on April 27th. And this update, we're going to get looks like 2 new dungeons, a new section to Mushin's Tower, and a brand new PvP game mode. But first, we're going to be talking about the 2 new dungeons, which are Cold Storage and Sogun's Lament. So let's take a look at Cold Storage first. So this dungeon, it's 6-player mode, and the one thing about this dungeon, it's going to be one of the shortest dungeons that we've experienced so far. It's going to be even shorter than Yeti. So basically, we enter the dungeon, we clear a pack of trash, and then we can actually engage the main boss, which is this guy. And as far as some of the reward items, this is basically what we're going to get mostly, for the exception of the legendary item, because we don't have a legendary yet. But some important things to know is that this boss right here, he gives you 46,000 experience points towards your Hung Moon level. And when you down him, he does spawn a secret merchant. What that secret merchant will have for sale in North America, we don't actually know yet. I wasn't able to find any information on that. Another thing to know is that when you down this boss, he drops a random orb. It could be a green, red, or a blue orb, and these orbs are very important because when you have a red, a green, and a blue orb, you can actually summon the secret boss in this dungeon. And that's really important because this secret boss actually, when you down him, gives you 140,000 plus Hung Moon experience points. So basically, this dungeon is going to be perfect for those that are still a little bit behind on their Hung Moon levels. Maybe you're still like Hung Moon 6, Hung Moon 5, things like that. This dungeon is going to help you out a lot. Now the other thing to know is that this dungeon does have a cooldown, so you can only run it every 8 hours. It's every 8 hours. So yeah, that's basically Cold Storage in a nutshell. So now let's take a look at Sogun's Lament. Alright guys, so now let's take a look at Sogun's Lament. In Asia it's called Aegon's Lament. It's a 4 or 6-player dungeon, and then we finally get to meet this guy, Asura. This is going to be the final boss. A couple of things to note is that this dungeon does have a total of 4 bosses, so we're going to be fighting 3 bosses before we actually get to meet Asura. And this fight does require a lot of coordination between party members. From what I've read, this is actually going to be one of the harder fights in Blade and Soul, so it's not going to be like your typical, tank and spank type of fight. Recommended level is going to be 50, of course. Hung Moon level is going to be 7, and as far as the rewards go, they're looking pretty nice. We're going to get 2 outfits. We're going to get Lamentation, and then we're going to get Black Ice, which is like recolor of White Knight, I believe, on the cash shop. And then we are going to get the Asura Soul Shield. So right now the best Soul Shields in the game are the Yeti Soul Shield and the Scorpio Soul Shield, but come April 27th, this is going to be the one that we're going to want to farm. And the reason why that is because the set bonuses are actually really awesome. So for example, for a 3-piece set bonus, you're going to get like 5 attack power. For the 5-seat bonus, you're going to get 7% increase critical damage. And then for the 8-piece set, you're going to get, I believe it's like 250 piercing and 1000 health power. So basically the set piece bonuses are going to be pretty nice for the Asura Soul Shield. As far as the other stuff is your typical accessories. For the miscellaneous stuff, we're going to get the Asura Amber, which is going to be it's going to be the item that you're going to be required to have to unlock one of your Hongmoon skills, and everything else looks pretty much typical. We're definitely not going to get the badge because we don't have any kind of legendary items in the game right now, unless, I don't know, NCSoft says, you know what, on the 27th you guys are going to get a legendary, but if not, then we probably won't be seeing this item. A couple of things to note about this dungeon um, is that Azura does have a debuff which decreases healing by 100%, so things like potions, passive healing are not going to work unless you have the Scorpio belt, I believe it's what it's called, which reduces the debuff by 50%. Also, it is recommended that you have like 120% accuracy, so that you're not missing with your spells against Asura. Also, another thing that you're going to need for this fight is called the Silver Frost Antidote, which reduces poison damage by 100% for 15 seconds, and that's going to be really important because some of the mechanics of this fight involve somebody having to absorb the poison pools on the floor, so that's actually pretty important. But there are a lot of videos on YouTube about the Asura fight if you guys want to check it out to see what you're going to be up against. But other than that, I mean, this dungeon is actually looking pretty nice. Like I said, it's going to be one of the harder dungeons in the game, so we'll have to see about that. But anyway, that's my quick guide on the 2 new dungeons that are coming on April 27th. And also, I wasn't able to find much information about Mushin's Tower. Floor 9 through 15 is what we're getting, but I was able to find some information about Whirlwind Valley. This is basically going to be a battleground. So if you've done battlegrounds in other MMOs in the past, like World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Rift, basically any MMO that has like a battleground, like 6v6, 8 versus 8, things like that. This is what that is. Whirlwind Valley is going to be one of those battlegrounds. And one of the other things about this battleground is that the gear does not get scaled down. So basically, if you have the best in slot gear right now, then you're going to have like an extreme advantage over people who are lesser geared than you are. So yeah, that's basically what Whirlwind Valley is. It's just going to be a battleground. But anyway, that's my quick video for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it informative, and I'll talk to you guys later.